Alright, I'm going to replace the tweeters on this Civic here. Figure I'd bring you guys along, you can check it out. Pretty easy job, so let's get to it. Alright, if you didn't know, your normal speakers are in the door, and then most models have them in the rear too. And then your tweeters are up here in the front corners, right there. So we just got to pop those out and get to them. And I know I talked about taking the tweeters out in my previous speaker video on these Civics, but I figured, well, I got to do these anyway, so I'll just show you exactly how it's done. And to pop them out, I'm going to use this trim tool. It's got a nice thin tip, as you can see. Makes it so we can get in there without doing any damage. Alright, I'll just show this side. The other side on the passenger side is exactly the same. And if we go in there close, you can see there's a little notch right there. We just want to get our trim tool in there. You can see we can just kind of pop it up, just like that. And then we can lift it up and pull it back. And now we just got to get that connector undone. All we got to do is squeeze the side and pull it down. And if we can get a shot, I don't know if I can. There's not much wire in here. But right there, we just have to press that tab in just like that, and then this will come off. Probably won't be able to film it because my fingers are going to be in the way. But that's all we got to do. Press it in, pull it off. You can see you can just barely sneak your fingers in there and get it, but it's tight. They didn't leave us much room to work with. Alright, here's what it looks like out of the vehicle. You can see the back side. There's your actual tweeter right there. It's just held in with 3 little plastic clips. One right there, and then one right there. So in order to get these out, what we want to do, normally what I'll do, is just pry just like this, just a little bit. And that'll help pop it out. So we pop out one side, and then we'll get the other side the same way. A little bit easier when I have it set down, but I wanted to show you a little closer. We'll just pop this out like that. You can see then it just pops right out and we didn't break anything. And then this last little one just comes right out. So there it is. There's your tweeter. Now the easiest way to fix these and replace them is by another Honda tweeter. And that's what we're going to do. And here's the part number for the Honda tweeter. Right there, that's for this model, made in Vietnam. These are made by Pioneer, if you didn't know. And so it's a decent quality, and so we're just gonna put it back just like it was from the factory. And you can see, here's the new one, here's the old one. They look identical, except for the fact the old one was made in China, this new one was made in Vietnam. Other than that, they look exact. Now if you wanted to put some kind of aftermarket tweeters in here, you're going to have to fabricate, you know, something to hold the new tweeter in. And then you're going to have to adapt it to the plug that's in there. Not an easy task, especially given the location. So that's why if I'm going to fix these, I just go with the original one because it's easy and quick. But otherwise you'll have to somehow epoxy or make this tweeter, you know, fit this existing housing, and then you got to hope that it fits inside the dash there. So something to be aware of if you want to go aftermarket. And if you didn't know, I started out installing custom speaker systems. Man, it's been 25, almost 30 years ago. Long time. I don't do that stuff anymore. I'm out of the game, so I don't even know what they're using anymore. I just do this occasionally, but that's how I started. Alright, to install this new one in here, we're just going to get this first little tab in there. We just got to make sure it's set in place. If we go too low, it's not going to want to click in. So we make sure it's right in the window there. And then we can snap it into place. Now it's good. All of our tabs are in there. It's secure, just like that. Man, need more coffee. Alright, let's go get this back in the vehicle. Alright, it's a tight squeeze, but we're going to have to get this thing plugged in first. And then after we get it plugged in, these back 2 tabs right there. You can see one and then the second one. We got to put those in first and then it'll snap down. hard to film. You just got to get your fingers in there and try to click it back in. Alright, now we'll just try to get the tabs in the back lined up. And just like that, we pop it in. Oop, make sure it's all the way down. And these tweeters are pretty darn cheap, especially if you get them online. And this is a quick, easy job that can make your sound system sound a lot better. Definitely easier to install them than it is to film this stuff. So, hey, in any event, if the video helped you out or you liked it, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching.